on now, we have some breaking inputs coming in. The High Court is going to hear ED plea against bail given to Arvind Kejriwal by the Rouse Avenue Court, and according to inputs coming in, that hearing is going to begin any time now. Arguments to begin in the High Court, where the Enforcement Directorate has challenged the bail order for Arvind Kejriwal. Kejriwal's bail on hold till the hearing takes place in the High Court, till we hear what the High Court has to say. High Court's vacation bench is going to hear Enforcement Directorate's plea, which has challenged the bail given to Arvind Kejriwal, Chief Minister of the National Capital, in the liquor policy scam by the Rouse Avenue Court. Now, multiple arguments were placed before the court while hearing this bail petition of the Rouse Avenue Court, and ultimately it was decided that bail will be granted to Kejriwal. Bhavtosh is getting us more details, but till the hearing takes place in the High Court, till we hear what the High Court has to say, I believe it will not come into effect, the bail order?
Yes, Swati. In fact, it's some kind of a relief for the Enforcement Directorate, because the High Court has said that all the case files pertaining to the alleged excise scam should be brought to the High Court, and till the High Court disposes of that matter, till the High Court in fact hears that matter, the order that has been given by the trial court yesterday, that does not come to effect. Now, she ideally should have come out of the prison Tihar jail in case if the court order would have been uploaded and it could have been signed. But that would not be happening, because the High Court will now go through the case file pertaining to the alleged excise scam, and the hearing will now start in the High Court. And what the High Court has said is that they will go through the case file. Now, as soon as the High Court was opened, the Additional Solicitor General S.V. Raju said that it's a very urgent matter. They want to present their side of the story. Additional Solicitor General further said that he was in fact denied to present his argument, and that to which the Defense Counsel of Arvind Kejriwal said that if you can't complete your argument in 7 hours over a period of 2 days, then it means that you don't have a very strong case before the trial court. To which S.V. Raju said that very abruptly, trial court yesterday in fact said that there is an order that has been prepared, and that order will be pronounced at around 8 p.m. Now the High Court will go through the case file. Till that matter is disposed of, Arvind Kejriwal cannot be released on bail.
All right, so till the High Court takes a decision, Arvind Kejriwal cannot be released on bail. A bit of a relief there for the Enforcement Directorate as of now. We are getting more breaking inputs, I believe. Information coming in about this case. AAP has lashed out at the Enforcement Directorate's plea, which is challenging the bail order. Order not out. What's ED challenging? Sanjay Singh is asking this question. Taking a jibe at the Enforcement Directorate, hitting out at the Enforcement Directorate, which is going to present its argument anytime now in the High Court, challenging the order of the Rouse Avenue Court granting bail to Arvind Kejriwal. Sanjay Singh, the AAP MP, asks, the order of the Rouse Avenue Court is not out yet, so what is the ED really challenging here? Sagrika is getting us more details.
First reaction from the Aam Aadmi Party, Swati, and on expected lines, they're tearing into the centre. Sanjay Singh goes on to say, मोदी सरकार की गुंडागर्दी देखिए, अभी ट्रायल कोर्ट का आदेश ही नहीं आया, आदेश की कॉपी भी नहीं मिली, तो मोदी की ईडी हाई कोर्ट में किस आदेश को चुनौती देने पहुंच गए? क्या हो रहा है इस देश में? न्याय व्यवस्था का मजाक क्यों बना रहे हो मोदी जी? पूरा देश आपको देख रहा है. First reaction from the Aam Aadmi Party over the Delhi High Court's hold. Right now the bail order of Rouse Avenue Court has been put on hold for the moment in the High Court. The High Court has said that no bail can be granted until and unless they hear the matter, and the arguments are going to begin shortly in the Delhi High Court.
Ramay, in fact, is getting us details on that. These are political reactions, Ramay, but in the court, I believe they've asked all the cases to be presented, all the case files, I beg your pardon, to be presented. Once the court goes through it, perhaps then we can hear what's transpiring in terms of the High Court's decision.
Absolutely. So the matter was urgently mentioned before the Delhi High Court, but the High Court was not, the High Court judges had not read the files. They were not present before the Delhi High Court bench. So the Delhi High Court asked the counsels appearing from both the sides, from the Kejriwal sides and even the Enforcement Directorate, to wait for 10-15 minutes so they can have the files and go through the files. Now the matter will be taken up after some time. However, as of now, the Delhi High Court has halted the release of Delhi CM Arvind Kejriwal and has allowed the urgent mentioning of the Enforcement Directorate. The Delhi High Court judges stated that until we hear the matter, the trial court's bail order will not take effect, which clearly means that the bail order has been halted by the Delhi High Court, and now the fate of Arvind Kejriwal's release lies in the hand of the Delhi High Court. Enforcement Directorate had urgently mentioned the matter. Additional Solicitor S.V. Raju had stated that they were not given adequate opportunity by the trial court to oppose the plea. They were asked to conclude their submissions in a very hurried manner, and they stated that we were not able to give a full-fledged submissions before the trial court, and we were not given an adequate opportunity. So these were the submissions made by the Additional Solicitor General S.V. Raju before the Delhi High Court. So the division bench of the Delhi High Court, after considering the submissions, allowed the urgent mentioning, as well as stated that until we hear the matter, the trial court's bail order will not take place. So we can say that this is somehow a setback for Arvind Kejriwal.
All right, Ramai, stay on with us. We have Nalin Kohli joining us in the broadcast now. Nalin Kohli, Sanjay Singh has hit out at the Enforcement Directorate and through the Enforcement Directorate at Narendra Modi. He's saying the order is not out yet. So what is the ED challenging?
I think that criticism of Mr. Singh is uncalled for. The media has widely reported, and as when we practice law in courts, often the decision of the judge can come, and then he may say the order will follow consequently. Once a decision is known, it is legally okay for someone to challenge that decision. Now let me put it in a different way. Suppose Mr. Kejriwal hadn't got the bail. His team would be in the right to challenge it. He may have felt the need for an urgent application. So these are legal options available to anybody who is before the court of law. So it can't be a one-way street that the Aam Aadmi Party can go urgently at any one point of time, even raise a plea on an election to say that bail becomes necessary. But the Enforcement Directorate, which is the agency which is investigating it, and where there is an investigation on, Mr. Kejriwal is one of the accused in that process, that they will not have their legal rights to move to the higher court. So this is routine proceedings. And the second is, that if the ED feels that Mr. Kejriwal should not be out on bail, they are entitled to exercise all their legal rights immediately.
All right, Mr. Kohli, thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast. Let me, in fact, go back to Sagrika. I believe she has more reactions.
Yes, more reactions coming in. Swati, let's over the last 20 minutes, leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party lashing out at the centre. It's Saurabh Bharadwaj who goes on to say, केंद्र सरकार के लिए कानून का कोई मतलब नहीं रह गया. जब ऑर्डर ही नहीं आया, तो ईडी वाले हाई कोर्ट में किस ऑर्डर को चुनौती देने पहुंच गए? So one question that leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party are asking, when the order itself is not out, so which order have you gone to challenge in the high court? After that, the Saurabh Bharadwaj is also going on to allege that भाजपा की केंद्र सरकार की तानाशाही देखिए, आज बापू से आशीर्वाद लेने के लिए राजघाट पर जाने से भी रोका जा रहा है. So the war of words has begun between the Aam Aadmi Party, who is they are now leveling allegations against the Modi government and the Enforcement Directorate.
All right, so multiple reactions are coming in. Aam Aadmi Party hitting out at the centre through the agency, saying what is the Enforcement Directorate challenging in the court if the order is not out yet? Bhavtosh is with us on the broadcast. Bhavtosh, but like Nalin Kohli explained, had this gone against the Aam Aadmi Party, against Kejriwal, they would also have had the right to go for an urgent hearing against it. Bhavtosh, can you hear me?
Yes, in fact, what has happened is that ED, in fact, challenged the trial court order. They had said that they did not get enough time to argue this entire matter, in which they had said that they had filed a detailed reply, and within 48 hours, Yes, Swati, in fact, what the ED's counsel had said, the Additional Solicitor General has said that he did not get enough time to give his complete his argument, and within 24 hours he was asked to complete his argument, and he said that even a detailed reply was not, he was not asked to file a detailed reply. The High Court said that the case file should be submitted, and ED will be submitting the case file pertaining to the excise scam. Remember, this case has been going on for nearly 2 years. There have been several high-profile arrests that have taken place. The Defense Counsel for Arvind Kejriwal told the court that the very fact that Additional Solicitor General has argued for 7 hours and could not make sure that Arvind Kejriwal be released on bail or should be sent to judicial custody clearly shows that the ED's case is wafer thin. There was a brief, in fact, war of words between ED's counsel and Defense Counsel, to which the High Court said that both of them should behave, after which High Court has said that all case files should be submitted to the High Court, and pending that, Arvind Kejriwal should not be released on bail. Now, this is...
So that order of the Rouse Avenue Court will come into effect or not depends on what the High Court decides. Let me quickly take an update from Ramay. When are we expecting the arguments to start? Okay, before you respond to that, Ramay, we have Ravinder Singh of the Aam Aadmi Party joining on the broadcast. Ravinder Singh ji, if you can hear me, we just spoke to Nalin Kohli of the BJP, who was talking about the procedure. He says, had this gone against Mr. Kejriwal, he would also have had the right to approach the court on an urgent basis.
Sorry, I'm not getting it.
Ravinder Singh ji, on the issue that Sanjay Singh is hitting out at the centre through the agency, saying that the order is not out yet. So what really is the Enforcement Directorate challenging? The BJP says that if this would have gone against Mr. Kejriwal, he also would have had the right to go to the court immediately on an urgent basis.
See, the thing is, it's a joyful moment, for instance. Right now, Mr. Kejriwal got the bail, and we are celebrating that. And this is the win of the Constitution, primarily. And it also shows that it accounts to acquittal in a PMLA matter, a false matter which has been filed by ED. So it's a joyful moment, for instance, for Aam Aadmi Party, for any citizen of the country who believes in the Constitution.
Okay, Ravinder Singh, thank you very much for joining us in the broadcast with your views. It's a bail. The matter has not been completely closed. It's an ongoing investigation, ongoing hearing. For the moment, Rouse Avenue Court has granted bail to Arvind Kejriwal, which the Enforcement Directorate has challenged in the High Court. And once we know what the High Court has to decide, that will tell us whether or not that Rouse Avenue Court order is going to come into effect or not. Bhavtosh and Ramay, thank you for the details. Without a quick break.